Welcome to UNCAGED, a show that celebrates thought leadership from today's top business leaders. The program provides a voice to amazing executives from around the globe who are shaping the world of business today and mapping the path to the commerce of tomorrow. Today, we're speaking with Ankit Sharma. Hey, Ankit, how are you?
Hey, thanks a lot, Brent. I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to have you on the show, Ankit. Ankit is CEO and founder of Kitply Industries. He is also a blogger and I guess the founder of the Make Wood Sexy blog, which he'll tell us more about as well. As CEO and founder of Kitply, he oversees what Kitply is working on. They have an extensive portfolio of hardwood, plywood, decorative surfaces, and specialty hardware products coupled with unparalleled levels of service. And they work with distributors to make sure that they're delivering creative and innovative solutions for all of the folks that are working in that, I'd say, the higher end of the wood market. But I'll let Ankit take you through all of that. Ankit, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career.
Hey, Brent, I'm super excited to be on your podcast. Really excited to be just having the conversation today. And it's not my favorite topic, but I will talk a little bit about myself. I started the business almost over a decade ago in my parents' basement. Your cliche entrepreneur story that we all hear about. And one thing led to the other, and slowly built up the business that exists today. We've got lots of staff. We import thousands of products from all over the world. And I've been lucky enough to win some awards across along the way, some 40 under 40s and some entrepreneurial awards. And it's been a fun journey, and I just enjoy being in the space that I'm in and running a business.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting, and I love the story. Really, kind of building something from nothing, and where you've kind of been able to take the business. But what does Kitply look like today, and where are you going with the business?
Kitply looks amazing right now. I am fortunate to be in one of those industries that have been positively impacted by the pandemic. So, we sell into the residential construction industry. And if you've been around at all in the last couple of years and seen what the real estate has done in our countries, and it's been phenomenal. And it's not always good, but it's been good for our business. And so we're in a really good shape right now. And what I'm focused on really right now is continue to build a great team around me and to scale the business up, adding branches, locations, and building the business, and just enjoying what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Yes, the financial rewards are nice and fun, but it's the building of the business that's what I enjoy the most right now.
So tell me, I know that Kitply has some other things going on. You've got a Grizzly Ply. You've got this blog that you're publishing. Tell me a little bit about those things.
Hey, thanks for bringing that up, Ben. I would say that when you've got the entrepreneurial spirit, there's something in your mind that's going all the time. So you got to satiate it. And in my way, the way I've been satiating some of those ideas and tapping on some of the creative things that play in my head all the time is building other things along with Kitply, and those are all augmenting what Kitply does. So the number one is my blog that I write. It's I trademarked this phrase. It's called Make Wood Sexy, and it sounds exciting. And if you're in the industry, especially, people are like, oh, yeah, wood was always sexy. Why weren't we talking about that? Because it wasn't for a while, and a lot of people were like, well, the wood industry is boring. It's not really attracting a lot of talent. So someone had to bring some light to the fact that wood is a naturally renewable resource, and it is something that is better than a plastic or a metal to use for building objects out of. So we needed to attract talented people to the industry, and Make Wood Sexy gives it that excitement and gives that attraction to the young entrepreneurs or the young college graduates of the future. So that's where Make Wood Sexy comes from. And then I use it to, blog about the industry's issues and possible opportunities for our customers to maybe use some of the content that's there to improve their businesses. So makewoodsexy.com is the blog. And then Grizzly Ply is actually our division of the company itself. The exciting part for that was it's funny that before we started the podcast, we were talking about how majority of our wood is actually imported from all over the world and not made in Canada. What we did was we took the North American standards of making a really high quality product that's got the North American standards, and we just don't have the capacity to build it in North America with the shortages of labor, machinery, and equipment, and just all of the things that we're already impacted by building, hiring software engineers. Well, how are we going to find production line factory workers? So we take that to a cheaper country that's got the labor force and the labor capacity to build it, and build it to a North American standard. Bring some environmental sustainability along with it, and that's where Grizzly Ply was born. And it's our number one product in the last 4 or 5 years. We've won the International Trade Award for that product, and it's been really good for us.
That's
and
great.
Our customers.
No, I love it. I love the blog. I love the name Grizzly Ply, and I think that all these activities are maybe leading to a branding shift in Kitply. Tell me more about what's going on there.
Changing brands is not something new. Companies do this around the world, all in all spaces of life. Facebook changed to Meta, and Google changed to Alphabet. And I think it's time for Kitply to change, and it's more an evolution of what our business is doing now compared to what it was before. Originally, Kitply was on kit, and then ply for plywood. So that's where the business started, and that's where the name came from. Over time, our business has grown, and what we're serving our customers with has grown as well. So our customers were, we surveyed our customers, and they said, hey, we want your name to reflect what you really do. We want it to reflect what the size of the company is, the diversity of the products roster. So we're actually going to be changing the name this year officially. We've been talking about it for a while, all through COVID. We've done some interviews and research around it, but now is the time to launch it so we can do some brand launch parties and whatnot. And we're changing it. Actually, this may be the official actual announcement to some people, is that Woodware Supply Co. Woodware Supply Co. is the new name of the company. Kitply will still be around, but just Woodware Supply Co. will be the main brand name for the company, and it'll encompass everything that we do right now.
I love it. Woodware Supply Co. Everyone remember that name. That's going to be big. So let's talk a little bit about the industry, because it sounds like when you started the business, you must have seen an opportunity in the space, and now the company has grown dramatically. And we're living in this dynamic market. You highlighted that it's been good for you because of the building shortages, et cetera. But tell us more about the dynamics of this market right now.
It's an interesting time, to talk about supply chain shortages and to talk about labor shortages would probably bore your listeners, because I think they've got that from lots of different sources around the world. So I won't highlight all of that right now. And even though all that stuff is front and center for all of the businesses, in our business specifically, what I will really talk about is the future. I don't want to just dwell on what's going wrong or has gone wrong for the last little bit. It's about how do we take what's, the cards that we've been dealt, how do we play those cards? And so one of our services that we provide is called KMI. We need to perhaps change that. It's called Kitply Managed Inventory for our top client, and where we go into our customers' warehouses and manage the inventory of raw materials that they currently buy from us. So that gives them the ability to have someone else handle that stress of running out of stock, or making sure that they have what they need in stock. Now, we're not perfect, and when the pandemic happens and, you can't ship out stuff for 6 months, obviously there will be outages, but vast majority of our customers who were part of our KMI program found that it was a lot easier for them to operate through the pandemic, and they had to run into quite a lot fewer shortages than they would have in the past.
Yeah. And I imagine, the last couple of years have been a bit of a moment for a lot of us. I'd just be curious to hear how you and the Kitply team have navigated the last couple of years, and maybe some insights that you've garnered from the time.
Well, the first thing was that because I'm so passionate about the business, the industry, and just where I'm at in my life, that when the pandemic hit, a lot of people got scared and worried and were not sure where things were going. I knew that it was going to come back. I had a feeling. I was lucky, I was stupid, I was dumb, whatever you want to call it, but instantly I doubled down on the business. Instantly I started investing in my team. Instantly I started investing in our inventory. So back in March and April of 2020, when the world was like, okay, well, this is it. Like, now we're going to have to move to Mars or we're all gonna die. I was like, no, I think this is coming back, and it's gonna come back with a vengeance. So I went crazy, and that's what I would say is, we've hired our top salesperson in the last year. We've hired our general manager in the last year. In the last 2 or 3 years, we really built our team up that had, and trying to do that now would be insane. It would be difficult to do that now. You can't even find a warehouse guy right now. So we were lucky that we did it at a time when there was people who had time to listen to you and want to make a change and be part of a growing business.
I've heard the phrase that you should zig while they zag. So that's a good example. You zigged, which is great. So, it's an amazing time. And I think that, we start to think about broader trends, and you've highlighted where wood plays as a renewable resource and something that needs to be rethought, reconsidered in that kind of perhaps broader sustainability discussion. I think that's a great thought. Is that going to be the core tenor of 2022 for you guys, or what are the key areas that you guys are focusing on this year?
So there's internal, there's external, and then there's just general global. So we can't control what happens globally. We cannot change the war. We cannot change the pandemics. We don't know how it's going to play out. We can change a little bit of the external in the sense that we can choose what sandbox we play in. And that's not really changing the external, but at least choosing which area we're going after. But internally is where we'll see the biggest areas of growth and opportunity for us. So we're looking at really continuing to go on that path of building our team and putting systems and processes in place so we can possibly do open new branches, expand our e-commerce store, which is an interesting being in the industrial business to business, you don't hear a lot about that. So we're looking at growing our e-commerce store as well. We were one of the first pioneers in that business, and that started, and so we want to continue. So the majority of the work we do this year will be internal, although we will be launching some new product lines and some new specific industry focused opportunities and services, but still continue to focus more internally on building our team and continuing to finesse our systems and processes.
Yeah, it seems like the business Kitply is at that moment where you've delivered an amazing solution. You're now scaling it to the next level, right? And broadening it out. And really, I would say, starting to have that broader mission statement, which is really, really exciting for the business. Ankit, it's been great talking with you today. If someone wanted to learn more about what you and the team are working on, where should they find you?
Hey, thanks, Brent. It was a pleasure speaking with you as well. And again, so kitply.ca is our website where people can go online, place orders and all that stuff as well, and learn more about us. And that will change eventually, but it'll just get redirected to Woodware Supply Co. But kitply.ca is our company website, and makewoodsexy.com is my blog, and grizzlyply.com is our plywood that we talked about a little bit as well here.
Excellent. Well, Ankit, it's been amazing talking to you. We've been speaking with Ankit Sharma. He is the founder and CEO of Kitply Industries. He is also the founder and editor of the blog Make Wood Sexy. Go check that out. He also oversees the Grizzly Ply, which is a plywood business connected with Kitply. Ankit is the man to talk to about wood. So thank you so much for being on Uncaged Day, and we look forward to having you back.
Thank you, Brent.
Cheers.